Hi, it's Veronica, and this is a quick rundown on the things that have happened in crypto and Web3 space over the past week or two. And let's dive right into them. And I'm going to start with Binance, who has completed its last quarterly burn of 2022. They burned a bit over 2 million BNB tokens, and that is about $550 million. Notably, this burn also happened a bit after the hack that had happened on the cross-chain bridges, where the hacker basically minted out of thin air, as they say it, 2 million BNB tokens as well. So that kind of makes up for it, I would say. By the way, speaking of Binance, they also announced and launched their $500 million fund to provide loans to Bitcoin miners. Uniswap has appeared in the news quite a lot over the past 2 weeks. Firstly, the community proposal to launch Uniswap version 3 on zkSync got passed, and that is basically the 6th deployment after Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, and Celo. Again, Uniswap Labs raised $165 million in a new Series B funding round. The Series B funding round was led by Polychain Capital, and as Uniswap says, they are now valued at $1.66 billion US, and that is quite a bit. The European Union continues to tighten the sanctions against Russia, and now the 8th packet of sanctions is touching upon the crypto assets of Russians, and basically they are now tightening the prohibitions completely and banning all crypto asset wallets, accounts, and custody services. Previously, they allowed up to 10,000 euros, that's basically the same number of dollars, to be held on the exchanges and wallets and so on, but now they're prohibiting it completely. And honestly, I don't have many words to say about this, but basically, people who need to find a way, they will find a way. And this is just making the inconvenience, as usually the sanctions do, for the general population of Russia. But we have decentralized exchanges anyway, so I don't think that should be too big of a hit. It just means that people have to be even more careful with holding their assets on KYC'd accounts. However, let's get a bit into the more positive news. Bear market does not mean the stopping of funding. nxyz announced the Series A funding round for $40 million, and that is led by Paradigm, that also invested in Uniswap previously, and they are saying that the aim is to enable faster blockchain indexing. Just keeping it on your radars as well. JP Morgan and Visa are uniting together to ease the between-border payments using their blockchain systems Link and B2B Connect. Let's see what's going to happen out of this. Speaking of big partnerships, Google and Coinbase announced a partnership together to allow for crypto payments for some users for Google Cloud services. And that is just a big green flag for worldwide crypto adoption. Speaking of Coinbase, it appeared in the news again when its CEO, Brian Armstrong, said that he is planning to sell 2% of its shares in Coinbase over the next year to then fund scientific research. But again, he said he's planning to do that. Let's see how much of that planning comes into real life. France approves its third biggest bank, Société Générale, to operate with digital asset services. Another good green flag, I guess. And also, speaking of France, Crypto.com is establishing another headquarters in Paris, and they're also investing $150 million into France to support its market operations there. Houbi exchange founder Leon Lee exits the company and sells his majority stake to the Hong Kong-based asset management firm. And the crypto exchange announced that the transaction of the transmission of the sales of the shares was successful, and now the About Capital Management in Hong Kong is a majority stake in the crypto exchange Houbi. Tron was selected to launch the Dominica's national cryptocurrency. The Commonwealth of Dominica is launching the Dominica Coin, DMC, in partnership with a Tron protocol, or TRX, as you also know it. And yeah, the act was passed and announced on October 12th. That is very recent, so we will follow those news. And it's actually very interesting how the countries are going about their national cryptocurrencies. Some want to have their own blockchains, and Dominica is just partnering with another existing blockchain. The CEO of FTX announced that the FTX version 2 is going to be launched on November 21st, and there is too many abbreviations in one sentence to say. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen to FTX on that date, because it is gaining much more traction in the news recently. However, the trading volume of FTX in comparison to Binance is still quite small, so let's see if they can increase it with the version 2. The trading volume of FTX, for your information, is $626 million, and the trading volume of Binance is $8.9 billion. Yeah, but to be honest, in comparison with Binance, any exchange is quite small. A bit of a breaking news that happened already after I recorded the video. Aptos launched on the mainnet on October the 17th, and later on, Binance, OKX, and actually every major exchange said that they're going to list Aptos, and that's a bit of a rocky start, because many people noticed that the tokenomics of the project are quite lacking for something that had $350 million invested into it. All the information is listed right here. And some people on Twitter were not even able to find anything on the public tokenomics. A bit concerning, I would say. I would expect more detail, but no financial advice, or as always, from my side. Additionally, if we go into Aptos Explorer, do I need to say anything else? Transactions per second are 4. It's lower than Bitcoin. And apparently, as I said in Twitter, they are performing as expected, because the network is going to be launched properly over the next couple of hours or days, I guess, when all the dApps get on board. Let's see what's gonna happen out of this, but I guess we'll have to do the duck test, and if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck. But of course, no financial advice from my side again. Speaking of markets, let's go to the market statistics for today. The total market capitalization is $966 billion. That is up 0.88%. The price of Bitcoin has been circling around 19K. Right now, it's $19.3 thousand, and the dominance of Bitcoin is 38.3%. And that was it for this quick rundown. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.